We're holding in the mind of Vihine Porach Mateh Aharon. It's from Toshan Lamed Gimel, and we're holding 5 lines down towards the end of the line, where the Rebbe explained the inyan of what's the inyan of shkedim. When the Aaron stick blossom with almonds, what's the inyan of almonds? In Hebrew, the word is shkedim. In Hebrew, every word, the name of something, brings out its toichen, brings out what it is. And here the word shokad means happen quickly, speedily, alacrity. So the reason why we see, one of the reasons why the Aaron stick was blossomed with almonds was because it's a hint. It's a hint that all the hashpah that comes from the Kehanim comes quickly. That's why on his stick, Aaron's inyan was to connect the Yidden to Hashem, and the brachas he gave was to bring down what Hashem wants to give to Klal Yisrael. It all comes down in a quick way. That was with Aaron, and so too we'll see that with every kohen when they give the brachas Kehanim, the inyan of the Birchus Kehanim, that any hashpah that's supposed to come down into our world, it comes down quickly. And we'll see towards the end of the Maimah, what does it mean? What are the categories of hashpah, and what does it mean that it comes down quickly? What's the plus of that? So we're holding towards the end of the line, the last word on the end of the line. V'lochein. Therefore, remozim ala kahuna. That's why the almonds hint to the kahuna. Ki hashpos v'anahanim shochis alidei Aaron HaKohen, because all the hashpos, all everything that comes down from Hashem, from the spiritual worlds into our physical world, that's brought down through Aaron HaKohen. And interestingly, Aaron's name also has a hint to it of revealing things, because Aaron is Ois Yusnira. The same words, the same letters of the name Aaron, Aleph, Hey, Reish, Nun, also spell the word Nira, which means to reveal. Nun, Reish, Aleph, Hey, just in a different order. And it's also a hint in the inner meaning of the name Aaron, because he reveals that from that which is hidden, that which on a higher level, higher than our world, Aaron is able to bring it down into our world. And all of this comes down, Haim b'mehirus, comes down quickly. That's with Aaron. And so too, in relation to all the Kahanim who come from Aaron, the B'nai Aaron, when the Kahanim bless the nation, which we have every Yom Tov, and we say it every morning in Birchus HaShachar, and we say it every day in Shachris by Chazoros HaShatz, that you have this inyan of the Birchus Kahanim, especially when the Kahanim activate and they say the bracha Asher Kiddushanu to bless the Yidden, and that's on Yom Tov. V'nim shachos hashba l'mat b'mehiras gedola b'li yikuvim kilkanam siv zayin. They bring down the hashba from the spiritual worlds to our world very quickly, without anything holding it back. And that's going to be the theme that we're going to see how this works with other shba. Ois base. V'hinei v'inyan the sheirish kol hashpos u'memidas chasta yizbarach chesed etzils. All the source of all hashpah means anything that we receive in our world. The standard was shefa v'hatz bracha. Shefa means a flow of stuff. Where does the stuff that we need in Melam Hazak come from? We need gashmistika things. The flow starts from the spiritual worlds to come into our world. With the mid of chesed of Hashem, is because the mid of chesed is giving, chesed is connecting, chesed is reaching out, and that's the hashpah. Which chesed is identified as the first identified level of chesed? It's in the world of Atzilus. That's what chesed of Atzilus. There are many worlds we discussed at other times. In general terms, the Kabbalah describes the 4 main worlds of Atzilus: Bri, Yetzirah, and Asiyah, world of emanation, the world of creation, the world of formation, the world of action. And the highest world meaning that where godliness shines through, and there's no feeling of self. That's the world of Atzilus, which is close to it, feels that closest to Hashem. The world of Bria begins the feeling of something separate. Until we have our world, we feel only self. We're completely full of self. It can be selfish that we don't like to do with other people, or just the general feeling that we're here. I'm here as me. That's myself, my being. That is where Hashem is hidden. And that's the ultimate hiddenness in our world. But the flow of godly energy coming down in Chesed, where does it start? It starts at the world of Atzilus. So then, now, we need it. We need if Chesed of Atzilus would just drop into your hand, you couldn't do anything with it. It's a spiritual connection to Hashem only. It says we need stuff in our world. What stuff do we need? 3 categories. Ba nechayim hazayin. Dashba Gashmi is in order that they should be drawn down from the chesed of Atzilus. Hashba Gashmi is into our physical world stuff that we need. And what do we need? Ba nechayim hazayin, the children, health, and parnasa. Food including all types, all parnasa. All of that. So that we need tangible stuff, useful stuff in our world. Where does it come from? What's the flow of energy? Al yedei she'achesed yored or mishtalshus b'chol madrega shebetzilus v'adasiyah shemei atzilus v'adasiyah. That you have this chesed descends and goes level after level. Mishtalshul means like a chain. A chain of worlds comes from a high level to a low level. So mishtalshul goes from one level to another. In all the levels from Atzilus until it comes to Asiyah, until it comes into our world. Now we said that there's 4 worlds in general, but each one has many, many levels. It's not just four boxes. There's shades and a huge spectrum from one level to the other. And then on each level, how's it come down? How's it going to come down from a high level to the lower level? He says, "B'chol hamshocha memadrega lemadrega yesh din or mishpat." And from every level, from the high level to the low level, there's a judgment. What's the judgment? Im tumshur hashpa ba'madrega shalamata or tisha ba'madrega shalamayla. Is this hashpa going to come to the lower level, or is it going to stay above in spiritual terms? And so you have this flow every day. Let's say that there's a din of mishpat, and the person's hashpah that is being designated to them is not to come down below. So it gets locked in on the higher level. Will a person get it? Yes. When the neshama leaves the guf. So it's not the pshat of the person, you won't get it. We need it here in Elam Hazah, and we need it every day, every hour, every moment we need. And so there's the Hashem wants to give us, because it's the chesed of Hashem. Chesed of Hashem is unlimited kindness, unlimited flow of everything that's needed in this world for each individual. And so for them to get it, we have to go through this whole Seder. We need it here in Elam Hazah. And so to get it all the way down, it has to flow. So there's a din of mishpat on each level. And that's why davening every day is so impactful and important, because through the davening, we ask for this hashpah, and not only davening, we ask for davening also means a connection. Through the davening, we're able to connect, to feel something higher than just ourself and our world, and so it's an opening of one's mind and heart to the higher reality of that Hashem exists. So when one davens, if it's just a fast davening to fulfill a religious obligation, get the words done quickly, that's one aspect. The Pirkei Avos tells us, don't keep your davening as tachanunim. Don't take it as a burden, because the theme of davening is to be a keli for the flow of this energy coming down into the world. It's a time when a yid can connect with that which is higher than the tangible, because the davening speaks about all that which is higher than the tangible. Hashem is the creator of every part of the davening, every part of the world and the universe, from the animals to the birds to the trees to the water, and then the malachim, and then we reflect on the wonders of Hashem. So it's a time for introspection, reflection, for meditation on the closest to Hashem. So with that, we become more open to Hashem's being in existence, and that's the keli for then the flow to come into the world. Technically, there's two special brachos of davening that talk and accent the stuff that we need. And that's why we daven and we request from Hashem every day, Rafa'enu, heal us. We should be healthy. Baruch Aleinu, bless us with everything that we need in order to live in Olam Hazeh. So we daven every day. So the question is, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is the day when Hashem judges the whole universe, our world, all the spiritual worlds, and then there's a decision of what a person's going to receive for the year. So it becomes a discussion in the Gemara. When does a person, why do we have to daven every day? What accomplishes the davening if everything that a person has been decreed, what he should have, has been decreed on him on Rosh Hashanah? We ask then for all our needs. It includes all our physical needs. And the process starts on Rosh Hashanah and concludes Yom Kippur. And then Yom Kippur we say the ksiva is Rosh Hashanah, the chasima, the conclusion is on Yom Kippur. And so everything should be set in motion. And that includes all the physical needs of the person. So why is it that we daven every day? Even though the food, the needs of the person are set aside from Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and that means that what it means, the food of the person means all needs, having children and life, health, and all the sustenance, because being written and sealed for good on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, because that refers to the flow of energy from the infinite Hashem into Atzilus, into Chesed of Atzilus, to Malchus of Atzilus. And then we'll see how that then has to flow into our world.